Good morning. It's my honor to come speak with you today. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Chemical Engineering and a Master's of Science in Chemical and Mining Engineering, and I am a professional engineer. Engineering is about creating things, making things possible about the impossible, and making things better. I listen to Canadian musical artist Michael Bublé, and in one of his songs he says, "Today is yesterday's tomorrow." And so things are going on today from people who have STEM educations and STEM careers that they didn't even imagine 10 or 20 or 30 years ago. And so I'm going to share with you a couple headlines from recent articles. So the first one is about cloning. They've recently cloned a monkey. So a few years ago, they recently successfully cloned a sheep, Dolly, and now have cloned an entirely new species, monkeys. 3D printing. 3D printing is changing the way we look at the world. The medical industry is looking to 3D print organs. What does that mean? We don't need organ donators anymore. They're thinking of 3D printing food into space for astronauts. And I've heard of somebody 3D printing an entire house. That stuff is happening today. We heard about hover cars. That's in existence today. The largest automotive companies, BMW, Audis, are already having their prototypes. We hear of Amazon already drone testing delivery of packages, and Uber passenger delivery of people from place to place. And artificial intelligence, robots that can think, can make decisions like humans. I recently watched a YouTube video of a robotic dog that can open a door, and robots that can do backflips. I have never been able to do a backflip and probably never will, but there are robots that can do this already. So what about 2067? People with STEM educations and STEM careers, the world then will be based on their dreams and what they can picture and what they imagine for that time. What will it look like? That's up to you folks to decide. And so what I'm going to share to you today is 4 pieces of advice that helped me along my way to become a professional engineer. The first piece of advice is build confidence every day in small ways. Similar to the fellow before me, I grew up on a farm in northern Alberta. I'm an adopted Indigenous person. I grew up with a German family. And like any adopted Indigenous person, growing up with a German family, I learned to play the accordion. And so I learned to play the accordion. I taught myself piano. I play the flute and saxophone. And I was able to compose and create things from the music that I played. I love to braid friendship bracelets, and I'd invent new ways of braiding this with different materials. And I like to build with Lego. I built things without instructions. It allowed me to create and make things out of nothing. Building confidence in small ways is important for the next piece of advice, which is learn how to fail. We heard this message this morning already. Learn how to fail, but know that failure is not a reflection on yourself personally. And so I worked in the oil sands for 10 years doing research and development. With the teams I was with, we failed hundreds of times, hundreds and hundreds of times, but we did succeed in the end. And because of that, I hold several Canadian and US patents in that area, along with the teams that I work with. Which brings me to my next piece of advice. Find a team. Find a team to empathize with you, to motivate you, to help you. These teams will be there when you fail to say, you know what, you failed today and that sucks. And other people that will say, you know what, you can do it. I know you can. And other people to say, well, you know what, it didn't quite work out the way you thought, but perhaps maybe do it this way, or talk to that person, they can help you out. Teams will help get you through. Again, engineering is about creating and making things possible that you didn't even dream possible. And so the last piece of advice I have for you is to seek and find inspiration everywhere. I love to travel the world. I like to see things from a different perspective. I've rappelled down and done underwater cave rafting. I've climbed mountains of sand that you can't even imagine how high they are. Seek and find inspiration everywhere, and in everyday things as well. I like to read fantasy and sci-fi books. I find inspiration from Hermione Granger. She said, books and cleverness, there are more important things, friendship and bravery. I have 2 kids as well, a 7-year-old son who wants to be a geologist and a 9-year-old daughter who wants to be an engineer. In the books that I have read them, we also find inspiration. Dr. Seuss saying, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction that you choose. I find inspiration in sports and athletics. I am an avid downhill skier. And the Winter Olympics, I just love watching these. There's people that inspire people with their work ethic and dedication. Miss Clara Hughes saying to us, if you dream and allow yourself to dream, you can do anything. I also find it in the music I listen to every day. I listen to the Tragically Hip, and the late Gord Downie said to us, I love this country. I love my idea of this country. And that's why I love engineering so much. It allows me to make things better, to be able to do things differently and see things in a different way. And I know it's your dreams that will make 2067 with a STEM education and a STEM career even something that I can't even imagine. And I wish you all the best. It's been my honor to speak with you today. Thank you.